You've made it a habit, walking every day, rain or shine, believing it's enough to stay healthy after 70. But what if that habit, while helpful, is quietly letting your body down? After age 70, many people rely on walking as their main form of exercise. It feels safe, familiar, and low impact. And for years, we've been told, just keep moving. So it makes sense that walking becomes the go-to choice. But here's something important most people don't realize. Walking alone is no longer enough. While it does offer some benefits for your heart and joints, relying only on walking can actually put you at risk for problems you may not see coming. Let me explain. As we age, our muscles naturally shrink and weaken in a process called sarcopenia. This isn't just about looking toned. Muscle strength protects your joints, supports your balance, and helps prevent falls. But walking doesn't provide the resistance your muscles need to stay strong. It's a bit like watering a garden without adding fertilizer. You're doing something helpful, but it's not the full picture your body needs. Another issue is joint protection. Walking is a repetitive motion. And if your muscles aren't supporting your knees, hips, or ankles, you may be putting extra wear and tear on joints that are already drying out and stiffening with age. Over time, this can lead to pain, inflammation, or even limited mobility. So if walking is your only form of movement, your joints may actually suffer instead of getting stronger. Balance is another key area. Walking doesn't do much to challenge your stability. It doesn't train the tiny muscles in your feet, ankles, and core that keep you steady when the ground is uneven, or when you misstep. That's why so many people who walk daily still experience falls, and it's often not because they were careless, but because they were missing this essential kind of training. So what can you do? Don't worry, you don't have to give up walking. In fact, walking can still be part of your healthy routine, but your body needs more. It needs a combination of movements that build muscle strength, improve flexibility, protect your joints, and challenge your balance. These movements don't have to be hard or time-consuming. Even small changes, practiced consistently, can lead to big improvements in energy, mobility, and even confidence. In this video, we'll explore 5 types of movement that are especially important after 70. We'll also show you 2 simple exercises designed to support sexual health and circulation for older men. Your body is capable of so much more than just surviving. Let's help it thrive with the right kind of movement. After age 70, something starts to change in the body, quietly, gradually, but with real impact. It's called sarcopenia, the natural loss of muscle mass and strength. This process can begin as early as your 50s, but it speeds up dramatically after 70, especially if you're not doing anything to challenge your muscles. And here's the surprising part. Walking, as beneficial as it is for your heart and joints, simply doesn't provide enough resistance to stop or slow this decline. Muscle loss isn't just about how we look, it's about how we live. Weak muscles affect your posture, your energy levels, your balance, and even your independence. Everyday tasks like standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, or carrying groceries become harder. You may not notice it at first. Then suddenly, one day, you find yourself avoiding certain movements, not because of pain, but because of weakness. And that's when the spiral begins. Let me share Robert's story. He's 74 and had always been fairly active. But over time, he noticed he was getting slower, less steady on his feet, and more fatigued doing things he used to enjoy. His doctor explained that he was losing muscle and encouraged him to start strength training. So Robert began a simple routine at home: resistance bands, light dumbbells, and a few chair-based exercises. Nothing extreme. But after a few months, he could get up from a chair without help, walk with better posture, and had more energy throughout the day. His sense of confidence came back. Want to know where you stand right now? Try this simple check. Sit in a sturdy chair with your arms crossed over your chest. Now try to stand up without using your hands. If that feels shaky or difficult, your muscles are sending you a message. They need support. Strength training after 70 doesn't mean lifting heavy weights or joining a gym. It means choosing small, consistent movements that challenge your muscles, just enough to keep them engaged. A few minutes a day, a few times a week, can build strength you'll actually feel. And here's the reward. Stronger muscles don't just help you move better, they also support your joints, protect against falls, improve circulation, and boost your mood. Over time, this kind of strength builds something even more valuable than muscle. It builds freedom. Freedom to move, to enjoy life, and to keep doing the things that matter to you. One of the most serious health risks facing older adults isn't a disease, it's falling. Every year, millions of people over 65 experience a fall, and for many, that single moment leads to broken bones, hospitalization, or a loss of independence that's hard to recover from. Falls don't just happen because someone wasn't paying attention. More often, they happen because the body is no longer equipped to stay steady. And here's something most people don't realize. Walking, as healthy as it is, doesn't do much to improve your balance. Let's think about that for a moment. When you walk, your feet follow a predictable pattern. Your body moves in a rhythm it knows well. But that pattern doesn't challenge the small stabilizing muscles in your feet, ankles, hips, and core. The muscles that activate when you slip, trip, or turn quickly. Without specific training, those muscles weaken, and when they do, your ability to react and stay upright starts to fade. Edward, a 76-year-old former truck driver, learned this the hard way. One morning, he stepped off a curb outside the grocery store. The edge was uneven, and he lost his balance. Luckily, he didn't fall. But it shook him up. He realized then that even though he walked every day, he wasn't truly steady. With his doctor's encouragement, he started practicing simple balance exercises, standing on one foot for short periods, walking heel to toe along a straight line in his hallway, and shifting his weight side to side while brushing his teeth. Within weeks, he felt more confident and more stable. Here's a quick way to test your own balance. Stand next to a counter or wall for safety. Then lift one foot off the ground and try to hold that position for 10 seconds. If you wobble or can't stay upright, your balance muscles might need some attention. Improving balance doesn't require complicated routines. It just takes regular practice. Small, steady movements that remind your body how to stay centered and stable. And the benefits go beyond preventing falls. Better balance means smoother walking, fewer injuries, and greater confidence with every step you take. So if you've ever felt uneasy on stairs, or reached for a railing more than usual, your body might be sending a quiet signal. It's not about fear. It's about awareness. And the good news is, balance can be trained at any age. With a few mindful minutes each day, you can help protect yourself from serious injury and stay steady on your feet for years to come. As we age, one of the first things we begin to lose is flexibility. You may notice it when trying to reach for something behind you, bend down to tie your shoes, or turn your head to check the mirror while driving. It doesn't happen all at once, but slowly, the muscles and connective tissues around your joints become stiffer, tighter, and less responsive. That reduced range of motion can make everyday tasks more difficult, more tiring, and in some cases, more dangerous. Many people assume that walking will keep their joints loose. But here's the truth. While walking does keep you moving, it doesn't stretch the muscles in a way that promotes true flexibility. In fact, walking in the same limited motion each day can actually reinforce stiffness in areas like your hips, shoulders, neck, and lower back. Without stretching or mobility training, your joints become more restricted, making injuries more likely if you slip, reach, or twist too quickly. Take Walter, for example. At 78, he noticed it was getting harder to bend over and put on his socks. He also had trouble reaching for items on lower shelves. He thought it was just part of aging, until one day he strained his back lifting a small box. That moment led him to start a gentle stretching routine. He began with seated spinal twists, light neck rotations, and shoulder rolls, followed by easy yoga poses like cat-cow and supported forward bends. Within a few weeks, he noticed he could move with less stiffness. After a couple of months, he even returned to gardening, something he thought he had to give up for good. You can test your own flexibility in a few simple ways. Try standing and turning your head slowly from side to side. If you feel tightness in your neck or shoulders, or if you can't look over your shoulder easily, it may be time to introduce gentle stretching into your day. Improving flexibility doesn't mean pushing your body into painful positions. It means creating small, controlled movements that gradually lengthen your muscles and keep your joints moving freely. Even just 5 to 10 minutes a day can make a big difference. The goal isn't perfection. It's comfort, ease, and fluidity in how you move through life. And here's the bonus. Flexibility also helps with posture, circulation, and even relaxation. When your body moves with ease, your mind feels calmer too. Stretching becomes not just physical maintenance, but a form of self-care. At any age, you can protect your range of motion, reduce pain, and regain confidence in your ability to move freely. Let's treat flexibility not as a luxury, but as an essential part of aging well. When we talk about strength in older age, most people think of arms and legs. But one of the most overlooked areas is the core, the deep muscles around your abdomen, lower back, and pelvis. These muscles work like a natural corset. They support your spine, help you stay upright, and protect you from falling. And when they're weak, your posture suffers. You may start to hunch forward, lose your balance more easily, and even experience chronic back pain that makes movement less enjoyable. You might be surprised to learn that walking doesn't do much for these muscles. It's a forward-moving motion, and while it uses your legs and hips, it doesn't really activate the deeper core muscles responsible for posture and stability. That's why so many older adults who walk every day still experience back discomfort or feel unstable when standing still or turning quickly. Take Harold, for example. At 75, he was active and walked several times a week, but he had constant lower back pain and found himself leaning forward without realizing it. His doctor recommended a few simple exercises to target his core, like gently drawing in his stomach while standing or leaning against the wall with his head, shoulders, and hips all touching. Within a few weeks, Harold began to stand taller. His back pain eased, and he felt more grounded in every step he took. You can try this quick posture check right now. Stand with your back against a flat wall. Can you get the back of your head, your shoulders, and your hips to touch the wall at the same time? If not, that may be a sign that your posture needs support, and your core muscles may need a little more attention. The good news is that you don't need intense workouts or gym machines. Core strengthening for older adults can be gentle and safe. Even just holding a standing posture while lightly tightening your belly muscles or doing seated pelvic tilts can make a noticeable difference over time. A stronger core not only improves balance and reduces back pain, but also helps you move with greater control and confidence. If these insights are starting to resonate with you and you'd like to keep learning more about natural ways to restore your energy and confidence, go ahead and click subscribe. That way you won't miss the rest of this powerful series. As we age, our joints go through a slow but steady transformation. The cartilage that cushions them begins to wear down, the fluid that keeps them lubricated dries up, and the tissues that hold everything together become less elastic. This natural process can lead to stiffness, discomfort, and in many cases, chronic pain. But here's something many people don't realize. When your joints start to feel sore or stiff, it may not be a sign to stop moving. It might be a sign to move differently. Walking is a great habit, but if it's your only form of exercise, it may not be doing your joints any favors. Especially if you walk on hard surfaces like pavement every day, the repetitive pounding can create more stress on already aging joints, particularly the knees, hips, and ankles. Over time, this can lead to inflammation or even degeneration of the joint surfaces. That's exactly what happened to Raymond, age 77. He loved his morning walks, but he began to notice aching in his knees and stiffness in his hips after just 15 minutes. At first, he tried to push through, thinking he just needed to stay active, but the pain got worse. Eventually, his doctor recommended switching to low-impact movements that would keep him active without straining his joints. Raymond began swimming twice a week, joined a Tai Chi class at his local senior center, and started gentle cycling on a stationary bike. Within a month, his pain decreased. Within 3 months, he felt stronger, lighter, and even more energetic than before. The key idea here is joint-friendly movement. Activities like swimming, Tai Chi, chair yoga, and water aerobics are designed to take the pressure off your joints while still keeping your muscles, heart, and mind engaged. These forms of exercise also improve balance, coordination, and body awareness, all crucial for preventing injuries and staying independent. You can try a quick joint check at home. Sit in a firm chair and try standing up without using your hands. If your knees feel painful, or you hear crunching sounds in your joints, your body may be asking for something gentler. That doesn't mean less effective, it means smarter. It means adapting to what your body needs now, not what it used to tolerate years ago. Taking care of your joints isn't about slowing down. It's about making sustainable choices that protect your mobility long term. Your body still wants to move. It just needs a little more kindness and support in how you move it. And when you give your joints the right kind of movement, they respond, not with pain, but with freedom. There's a group of muscles in the body that many men rarely think about, but they play a powerful role in maintaining sexual function, urinary control, and even core stability. These are your pelvic floor muscles. They sit like a hammock at the base of your pelvis, supporting your bladder, intestines, and most importantly for men, your sexual organs. As we age, these muscles can weaken, especially if we sit for long periods or have poor posture. And when that happens, the effects show up in places that deeply affect our quality of life. You may notice less firmness during arousal, more difficulty maintaining an erection, or even occasional urine leakage when coughing, sneezing, or laughing. These aren't just random signs of aging. They're often signals that your pelvic floor needs attention. The good news is, this group of muscles can be strengthened, just like your arms or legs, with a simple exercise known as the Kegel. Many men think Kegels are only for women, but that's not true. In fact, pelvic floor training is one of the most natural, side-effect-free ways to improve blood flow to the penis and support stronger, longer-lasting erections. Let me introduce you to a man named George. He's 72 and had started noticing weaker responses during intimacy. After a quiet conversation with his doctor, he began a daily Kegel routine, gently tightening the muscles he'd use to stop urine mid-flow, holding the contraction for 5 seconds, then relaxing. He did this 10 to 15 times, 2 to 3 times a day. Within a month, George reported better control and more confidence. By month 3, he was amazed by the difference. Not just physically, but emotionally too. You can test this for yourself. Sit or lie down in a quiet space. Try to squeeze the muscles you'd use to stop urination. Don't hold your breath, tighten your thighs, or squeeze your abs. Just that inner lift. Hold for a few seconds, then release. If you can do this without strain, you're already on the right track. Strengthening your pelvic floor can improve erectile quality, delay ejaculation, and reduce nighttime trips to the bathroom. It can also help you reconnect with your body in a quiet, respectful way, a way that builds trust and confidence from within. This is not about performance. It's about health, circulation, and self-awareness. And perhaps most importantly, it's about reclaiming something that belongs to you. Your strength, your function, and your sense of being alive in your body, no matter your age. For many men over 60, circulation is one of the silent keys to maintaining energy, sexual health, and overall comfort in daily life. And one of the areas most affected by poor circulation is the pelvic region. This is where blood flow supports the prostate, the bladder, and the penis. But here's the problem. Modern life often works against this area. Long hours of sitting, lack of hip movement, and tight muscles in the lower body can reduce blood flow, and over time, that can lead to sluggish energy, numbness, and reduced sexual response. Think of your pelvic region as a river system. When the muscles are active and the joints are moving, blood flows freely. But when everything stays still for too long, the flow slows down. That's why dynamic hip movements are essential, not just for comfort, but for circulation and vitality. Let me share the story of Carl. He's 70 years old and retired after decades of office work. He was healthy overall, but began noticing tingling in his groin and reduced firmness during intimacy. His doctor found no major health problems, but suggested daily hip mobility exercises. Carl began a simple routine. Every morning he would stand next to his bed, lift one knee to hip height, hold for 5 seconds, then lower it slowly. He repeated this 5 times per leg. Afterward, he did 10 slow hip circles in each direction. It took less than 5 minutes. Within a few weeks, he felt lighter, more open in his hips, and noticed improvement in sensation and responsiveness. You can try this too. Begin by standing near a wall or sturdy chair. Slowly lift your right knee to about waist height. Hold for 5 seconds, then lower with control. Switch sides. Repeat 5 times each leg. Then place your hands on your hips and draw slow circles with your pelvis. 10 in one direction, then 10 the other. Move slowly. Breathe naturally. These small movements awaken your pelvic muscles and encourage blood flow. Over time, they can reduce stiffness, relieve pressure on nerves, and support better function in everything from digestion to arousal. Plus, they help you reconnect with the center of your body, the area where life begins, energy gathers, and your sense of groundedness lives. You don't need intense workouts to bring life back to your lower body. You just need gentle, consistent care. Your hips are more than joints. They're the gateway to circulation, freedom of movement, and even confidence and intimacy. With just a few mindful minutes each day, you can nourish your pelvic region, improve how you feel, and reclaim the strength that's already within you. Walking has long been seen as the gold standard for staying active in older age. And to be clear, it's a wonderful habit. It keeps the heart healthy, gets you outside, and supports gentle movement. But walking alone is not enough. After age 70, your body faces new challenges. Muscles shrink, balance fades, joints stiffen, and certain areas, like your pelvic floor and hips, need specific care to stay strong and functional. Think of your body like a garden. Walking is like watering it. It's essential. But a healthy garden also needs sunlight, good soil, pruning, and care for each plant. Your body needs the same. It needs strength training to prevent muscle loss, balance exercises to avoid falls, stretching to protect joint mobility, core work to support your posture, gentle movement to care for your joints, and targeted exercises to support circulation and sexual function. Throughout this video, we've explored 7 key areas of movement that go far beyond walking. Muscle strength, to prevent falls and build confidence. Balance, to protect your independence. Flexibility, to keep your joints moving freely. Core and posture, to reduce pain and move with control. Joint protection, to avoid strain and inflammation. Pelvic floor training, to support male health naturally. Hip mobility, to boost circulation and vitality. Each of these areas is part of a bigger picture, your well-being. And the beauty is, they don't require hours at the gym or complicated routines. Most of them can be done at home, in just a few minutes a day. What matters is intention. What matters is showing up for your body, not as it once was, but as it is now and as it could become. Aging doesn't mean giving up. It means adapting, learning, caring with more wisdom and more compassion. Your body is still capable of change, still capable of healing, and still capable of surprising you. So here's a gentle invitation. Choose one of the 7 habits we've explored today. Start small. Make it yours. Notice how it feels. And let that feeling grow into something that supports not just your body, but your spirit too. If you found something valuable here, something that made you pause, reflect, or even smile, take a moment to click subscribe. That way, you'll stay connected as we continue to share natural, practical ways to care for your health, your energy, and your confidence at every stage of life.